Florida nabbed the only bourbon. When she walked around, dropping crumbs on the carpet, there was one really nice, sleek-looking car. Florida said, "Take a picture of me with your mobile." Why? That's what dads do. So she leaned on the bonnet and smiled while I took her picture. Straight away, the man in the suit was standing next to us. "I admire your taste," he said. Florida said, "This is the Boxster. Wayne Rooney's got two like this, in red." "He has indeed," said the man in the suit, "and he bought them both here. You're a very well-informed little girl." Then he asked how old she was. I said, "She's 11. Then I thought I should say something grown up, so I said, "I'm not sure about this colour. There's a red one like Wayne's over there. Come and have a look." So I did. I've got to agree with you. A car like this was born to be red. It was nice of him to agree with me, even though I didn't remember saying it. "She costs a bit." I know, the price was written on the windscreen. It took up most of the windscreen, but she's worth it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, I know I should have said, but to buy sounded older. "Would you be bringing your old car in part exchange?" No, I like my old car. I'll probably keep my old car. It's a good car." I know the score. The other one's a family car. That's for when you're being a proper grown-up dad. This is for when you're playing racing cars. Isn't that right? He winked at Florida. "Men, eh? We never grew up. Do we?" "He definitely hasn't," said Florida. "Well," said the man in the suit, "let's pretend we have a grown-up. Just for a minute. What's your income?" "I'm not sure. Varies, really." "You're right. You're so right. I'm too nosy. I mean, you haven't said you want it yet, have you?" No, I haven't. I'm always giving it the hard sell. "A car like this? You should let it sell itself." That's when Florida said, "Can we sit in it then?" He looked at her for a second and she said, "Please." "Go on then." We both got in. She whispered, "You should have told me to say please." "You did say please." "Yeah, but you should have told me before I got the chance. That's more dad-like." Okay. The man in the suit looked in, winked at Florida and said, "Comfy?" "Yeah," said Florida. I said, "Yeah, what?" "Yeah, thanks." And then the man handed me the keys. "Go on," he said. "I know you're dying to. Just nudge her out on the forecourt. See how she handles." Before I could say anything, he was asking the other salesman to move the other cars out the way and open the big doors so I could take the car outside. "I'll need to push the seat back a bit for you. You're a big lad, aren't you?" I could have said, "Yes, I'm a big lad, but that doesn't mean I'm old." I didn't say that. I said, "Thanks," and added, "Mate." "Have you got your license on you, Mr. Digby?" No, I haven't. I tried not to sound too happy about this. "That's all right, Mr. Digby. I trust you." Thousands wouldn't. He crouched down next to me and gave me a guided tour of the dashboard. "There's your MP3 player, your ergomatic seat thing, your sat-nav. In your case, you actually want to go somewhere." I had a thought. I've got Drax World on my phone. Can I hook that up to the sat-nav? He was impressed. He said, "Not sure. I'll give it a go." I got Drax World up on my phone and chose a Waterloo. "Waterloo," said the man. "No, this doesn't work. Waterloo's about 15 minutes from here. This is showing a journey time of 3 days." "Actually," I said, "that's Waterloo in Sierra Leone, Africa." He looked at me like I was talking pure poetry. "Wow," he said, "Africa, and it's in your favourites. What would you do? Shoot down through France, over the Pyrenees?" He was gone, imagining the whole journey in his head. The rivers, the mountains, the ferries, the desert. "Mr. Digby," he said, "you deserve this car. If I could, I'd give it to you." So I turned the key in the ignition. The car made it sound like a purring cat. The man stepped aside and pointed to the bonnet. Engineering perfection. He smiled. It is at that moment I thought, but in 5 minutes' time, it might well be a load of scrap metal. The thing about level 2, of course, is that it has new and unexpected dangers. So you stand a much better chance of being killed. I looked down at the pedals. I knew one of them was the accelerator. I just wasn't quite sure which one. One lesson that World of Warcraft teaches you is that if you want to succeed on the next level, you have to acquire new skills. Don't level up until you've skilled up. Sadly, this was a lesson I hadn't forgotten. I was pretty sure, though, that the accelerator was the one in the middle. I had my foot on it when the door on the passenger side opened and a very familiar said, "You, out! Come on, now!" I probably didn't mention this at the time, Dad, but on balance, I was pleased to see you. When I climbed out, you were shouting at the man in the suit, telling him that I could have been killed and asking him why they didn't check ages. How was I supposed to know, wailed the man. By checking his licence. Good point, Dad. He didn't have one. Of course he hasn't got one. He's 12 years old. Look, mate, said the man in the suit. Don't go blaming me because your son's a freak. I thought Dad was going to hit him then. He growled, "He's not a freak. He is normal, but tall." He wasn't just his height. It was in fact that he seemed to have a daughter. Dad's got this little statue of St. Christopher stuck to his dashboard. When he was shoving me into the taxi on the way back from the town centre, I bumped against it and it rolled on the floor. "Pick that up," snapped Dad. Okay, you've knocked the baby Jesus off his back. Just don't talk to me, Liam. I said okay, but there was something I wanted to ask him. I waited till we were on the dock road and I said, "How did you know where we were?" "I'm your dad," he said. "If you act funny, I notice. If you get on an unexpected bus instead of going home, I follow you. Even if that means turning down fares and having the boss bawling at me on the radio. I'm your dad. That's what dads do." Thinking about that now makes me wonder if you're out there, somewhere behind us, charging after us through the wastes of space in your taxi, but no taxi would be able to generate the necessary escape velocity. In case you're interested, by the way, this is how Dad located us that day. When he gave me his old phone, he bought himself a new one, but he kept his old number. So there were two phones, phone 1, Dad's, and phone 2, mine, with the same identity. So if he was ever worried about me, he could fire up Jack's World and request present position of phone 2. And that would tell him where I was. So my phone looked like a phone, but it was really an electronic tag. Because we shared a phone number, I used to get all Dad's messages from Pine Planet, telling me that my new kitchen units were ready for collection. And Dad used to get messages from members of my World of Warcraft guild saying stuff like, "Being attacked by dragons, need your healing powers now," and "Captured 50 goblins, kill or hold for ransom." A nervous person might have thought, blimey, we're being invaded by mythical creatures and maybe gone and hidden away in the woods behind the golf course. Dad just thought, this phone's gone funny. I'll turn it off and turn it on again. That's my dad's solution to any technical problem. Microwave, sat-nav, computer, dishwasher, turn it off and back on again. And it'll be okay. To be fair, it usually works. I'll try it now, but I'm not sure this rocket has an off switch.